Hi Dixons, I'm Judith Kidd, Director of our Centre for Growth, and I'm here at the Centre for Growth today in Bradford. Joy is one of our Trust's big moves. We've defined joy as a state of deep contentment and fulfilment that arises from engaging in meaningful activities, connecting with others, and growing as individuals. Joy goes beyond momentary happiness. It's a sustained sense of well-being that comes from living in alignment with one's values and one's potential. One influential factor in joy in the classroom is success. How we secure success, how we talk about it, how we attribute it. Success is one form of feedback that indicates that we are on the path to mastery. So when we attribute success to factors we can control, we can see that mastery is within our grasp. The more success we have, the greater our self-efficacy. That's our confidence in how we will succeed in our next challenge. Experiencing success affects how we judge our capabilities and how well we think we can do in particular situations. Our success becomes something that drives our motivation and not the other way around. So success breeds success. I have seen this so powerfully in my own children. Success leading to confidence, leading to joy, be it scoring goals, performing in public, or living more independently. We know that classrooms where our students experience regular success are joyful places. It doesn't happen by chance. It requires teachers to know their subject, know their students, and know approaches that will benefit them. We think that curriculum sequencing plays a huge role in enabling student success. The right knowledge at the right time, notably starting with an aspirational endpoint in mind and building the footpath of learning. We need excellent models and expert modelling, what a good one looks like and what a good one thinks like. Clear examples of successful end products and clear examples of how experts think. We should never underestimate the power of regular think aloud, modelling the thinking of a historian, musician or mathematician at any phase. Showcasing and recognising students' work celebrates excellence also. Our teaching must be responsive, responding to formative assessment, actively seeking data, planning for misconceptions. We should know about scaffolds, when to use, adjust and remove them. Using visual, verbal, written and instructional scaffolds where appropriate can support students to reach their learning goals and success. And we should manage working memory demands. Optimising intrinsic load by connecting to schemas, reducing extraneous load by presenting information clearly and removing distractions. As well as success happening organically as part of the day-to-day craft of teaching, we can engineer moments of success that bring joy. These are carefully considered sequences where students have an aha moment, not simply of retrieving or applying learning, but when the penny almost literally drops. Unravelling a complex metaphor in Shakespeare, fathoming the interrelationship between causal factors in a historic conflict, or physical and motivational factors in sport. It's that wonderful experience in a classroom when you realise you've been successful at something that is actually quite difficult. Success breeds success and joy. As well as these teacher actions, we should take opportunities to talk about success. We should be clear about what success looks like, but we should also help our students to understand that success takes different forms. Success is about them achieving their own learning goals and not in comparison to others. And it's important to attribute success to controllable factors. Well done, that's the impact of revision. You've improved that score because you fixed those simple punctuation errors. That was a beautifully read sentence. You paused in the perfect place for us to understand. A word of warning, be careful with illusions of success though, and remember desirable difficulty. If we make things too easy, there may well be a higher success rate, but the material will not be sufficiently challenging. This decreases motivation and leads to further problems later down the line. It certainly doesn't lead to success. And performance isn't the same as learning. Students may seem successful at the end of a lesson, but this doesn't necessarily mean they have transferred learning to their long-term memory. Some practices which feel successful may just be too easy. For example, simple retrieval practice without sufficient time to forget doesn't trigger the benefits of retrieval. Examples can include look, cover, write, check with no revisiting, or do now quizzes solely focused on yesterday's learning. Students will feel more successful, but the benefits of retrieval will be capped. Wouldn't it be great if we always orchestrated success? Of course. But successful learners will also encounter failure and difficulty. Join us for our next video, where we explore the role these play in the joyful classroom.